All right, so we're diving deep into affiliate marketing on ShareASale. You ready?
Absolutely.
It seems like you've got a pretty good handle on the basics,
Yeah.
but you're looking to really step up your ShareASale game,
Skak.
and you've come to the right place because we've got some awesome resources to help us do just that. First off, we've got some inside scoops straight from ShareASale themselves.
Always good.
And we've also got some really interesting insights from a site called clickabuck.com.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that site.
So we're going to unpack it all, and by the end of this deep dive, you're going to be walking away
Yeah.
with some serious, actionable strategies.
I love it.
One thing that really jumped out at me from both of these sources
Okay.
is this emphasis that affiliate marketing, especially on a platform as robust as ShareASale,
Uh-huh.
is a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah. That's a good point.
What do you think about that?
What's true? It's about building something that's sustainable. It's not about chasing those quick wins,
Yeah.
you know?
I'm totally with you there. I think that's where a lot of people get tripped up.
Yeah.
They hear passive income and they think,
Right, see money.
yeah, exactly, easy money. But both of these sources are really hammering home the importance of building a solid foundation first.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It all starts with understanding your audience.
Yeah.
You know, ShareASale talks about this a lot.
Uh-huh.
Identifying your target audience.
Yeah.
Figuring out their needs, their pain points.
Right.
But how do we take that a step further? How do we tailor that approach to ShareASale specifically?
That's a great question. I think we need to go beyond just basic demographics and really dig into what makes ShareASale users tick.
Right, exactly.
Are they looking for deals, exclusive offers, early access to new products? Like, what are their motivations?
Exactly. Once you understand those motivations, you can tailor your content. And you can really start to tailor those promotional strategies accordingly. And ShareASale talks about this. They emphasize relevance a lot. Don't just promote everything under the sun.
Right. Right.
So let's get hyper-specific.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine let's say you're looking at the fashion category on ShareASale.
Okay.
Are you going to promote high-end designer shoes to somebody who primarily shops for budget-friendly clothing?
Probably not.
Right.
So how do we apply that to different niches and product categories on ShareASale?
Well, that's where really understanding the platform and understanding the merchants on it comes into play. You know, ShareASale offers those great category and subcategory filters, but you can also use that keyword search to find merchants that align perfectly with your niche.
Okay, so we've got a targeted audience. We're promoting relevant products.
Well,
what's next?
Well, both sources really emphasize the importance of building trust.
Yeah.
ShareASale even mentions that merchants are looking for genuine partners. They're not just looking for anyone to slap a link on a website.
Mm-hmm. I hadn't really considered that.
Yeah.
But how do we convey that authenticity, especially when we're applying to join a merchant's program?
Well, I think it goes back to your ShareASale profile.
Yeah.
You know, instead of just listing your basic stats, you should leverage your unique story.
Okay.
Why are you passionate about this niche? What makes your platform special? Remember, ShareASale merchants get bombarded with applications.
I bet they do.
You really need to stand out.
So it's almost like crafting a mini pitch
Yeah.
tailored to each merchant you apply to?
Exactly. And remember, honesty is key. You know, merchants can spot a fake a mile away.
Yeah.
Don't try to inflate your numbers. Don't pretend to be something you're not. Focus on what you do well and let your genuine passion shine through.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so we've got authenticity down.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about transparency.
Cool.
Both sources are really hammering this home,
Right.
especially in the context of FTC guidelines.
Absolutely. And it's not just about being legally compliant. It's also about building trust with your audience. Clickabuck.com actually sparked a really interesting debate on per-page versus per-link disclosure.
Yeah, I saw that.
What are your thoughts on that?
Honestly, I think both sides have valid points. For me, it comes down to clarity. You know, is your audience crystal clear that you may earn a commission if they buy through your links? If there's any room for doubt, I say err on the side of over-disclosure.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
And think about it from the listener's perspective.
Yeah.
You know,
okay.
Imagine you're the one clicking on a link. What kind of disclosure would make you feel comfortable and informed?
That's a great point. It really shifts the perspective. All right, so we've laid the groundwork, targeted audience, relevant products, authenticity, and transparency.
That's a solid foundation.
I'm ready to dive into ShareASale itself and see what treasures we can unearth.
Let's do it. Getting started on ShareASale is actually surprisingly easy.
Okay, I'm ready to explore.
All right, let's go.
Okay, so we're officially in the ShareASale playground.
We are.
I have to admit, I can get a little click happy,
Oh, yeah.
when I see all these amazing merchants.
Yeah, it's tempting.
But our sources are reminding us that we need to be strategic about this.
Absolutely.
We can't just jump into any partnership that comes our way.
Yeah, you're right. It's so tempting to just chase the highest commission rate.
Right.
But ShareASale really encourages us to think beyond that. They talk about cookie duration, for example. It's not something I always think about, but it makes a big difference.
Yeah, it's like a ticking clock, right?
Right.
You work so hard to get someone to click your link.
Yeah.
But if that cookie expires before they make a purchase,
You're out of luck.
yeah, you miss out on that commission. So what should we be looking for in terms of cookie duration?
Well, longer is generally better, but it really does vary by merchant.
Okay.
Some cookies last for a day, others for a month, or even longer. It's one of those read the fine print moments.
For sure.
You also want to think about the purchase cycle for the products you're promoting. If it's something people tend to research for weeks before buying,
Yeah.
a short cookie duration might not be ideal.
That's a really good point. I'm definitely... ShareASale also mentions this thing called EPC, earnings per click.
Yes. EPC.
It sounds like a pretty important metric.
It gives you an idea of how much other affiliates are earning, on average for each click they send to a merchant's website.
Oh, okay.
Can be a helpful indicator of which merchants are converting well.
Okay, but let's say I find a merchant with a sky-high EPC. Does that mean I'm guaranteed to make bank promoting their products?
Not necessarily. So remember, EPC is an average, so it doesn't guarantee your individual results.
Right, okay.
A high EPC might just mean that other affiliates have figured out some killer strategies.
Oh, that makes sense.
So instead of blindly chasing the highest EPC, maybe do a little digging. What are those successful affiliates doing? Can you replicate or improve upon their methods?
So it's about learning from the best and then putting our own unique spin on things.
I like that. Now, before we get too carried away with EPCs and cookie durations, ShareASale also reminds us to pay close attention to each merchant's terms and conditions.
Absolutely. This is where you'll find all that crucial information about commission structures, payment methods, promotional restrictions, even return policies.
Yeah, it's like signing a contract, right?
It is.
You really need to make sure you understand the terms before you commit. I've been guilty of skimming through those in the past, but clearly that's not the best approach.
No, it's worth taking the time to carefully review everything. Some merchants might have very specific rules about how you can promote their products.
Okay.
Maybe they don't allow paid advertising. Or maybe they have restrictions on using certain keywords.
Okay, so compliance check done. Now let's talk about turning all of this research and planning into actual results. ShareASale talks a lot about the power of high-quality content. But how do we make that content stand out in such a crowded affiliate landscape? That's where I think creativity comes in, and a deep understanding of your audience. Remember, it's not just about slapping an affiliate link on a random social media post and hoping for the best.
Oh, I've definitely been guilty of that in the past.
I think we all have at some point.
But it sounds like we need to be a lot more thoughtful about our content strategy.
Exactly. ShareASale really emphasizes that your content should be helpful.
Okay.
It should be solving problems, answering questions, providing genuine value to your audience.
Right.
Think about what your ideal customer is struggling with, and then create content that directly addresses those pain points.
Okay, so let's say I'm promoting a meal kit delivery service through ShareASale. Instead of just saying, hey, check out this cool service, it's great, I could create a blog post with tips for busy families who are trying to eat healthier.
Exactly. And within that blog post, you can seamlessly weave in your affiliate link. For the meal kit service, positioning it as a solution to the problem you're addressing.
So it's about being helpful and informative, not just trying to make a quick sale. But it's not just about blog posts, right?
Oh.
ShareASale mentions a whole bunch of different promotional methods.
Right. Think social media marketing, email campaigns, YouTube videos, even paid advertising.
Yeah.
And each platform requires a slightly different approach. What works on Instagram might not work on Pinterest, for example.
Right. So it's all about experimenting and figuring out what resonates best with our audience on each platform. Now, ShareASale also provides some really awesome reporting tools, which I think are key for figuring out what's working and what's not.
Absolutely. Knowledge is power. ShareASale's reporting tools let you monitor clicks, sales commissions, conversion rates, EPC. It's all there.
It's all right there.
Use those insights to fine-tune your strategy.
It's like having a data-driven roadmap to success. Okay, so we're creating awesome content, we're tracking our results, we're constantly refining our approach. Now, how do we take things to the next level? Yeah. ShareASale talks about scaling our efforts.
Yes.
Scaling.
Scaling is about expanding your reach and building a more sustainable business. ShareASale Source talks a lot about diversifying traffic sources, which I think is absolutely crucial.
You know, I've always been a little hesitant to spread myself too thin. Is diversifying really worth the effort?
Absolutely, especially on ShareASale.
Yeah.
Imagine relying solely on Google search traffic to promote your ShareASale links.
Okay.
What happens if a Google algorithm update suddenly tanks your rankings?
That's a scary thought. I can see how having multiple traffic streams would make my business a lot more resilient.
Exactly. Beyond SEO, explore guest posting on niche blogs, maybe collaborate with relevant YouTube channels to drive targeted traffic. To your ShareASale promotions, think about where your audience hangs out online and get creative with your outreach.
Okay, diversification check. What else does ShareASale recommend for scaling our efforts?
Well, they also talk about building a sales funnel, which is a fancy way of saying guiding your audience through a series of steps that ultimately lead them to making a purchase.
It sounds a little bit complicated, but I'm intrigued. Can you break that down for me a little bit?
Sure, think of it like a journey. At the top of the funnel, you're attracting potential customers with valuable content that grabs their attention.
So that could be a blog post, a social media update, or even a paid ad.
Exactly. Then as they move down the funnel, you're nurturing those leads. You're providing more in-depth information, building trust, and really showcasing how the products you're promoting can solve their problems.
This is where things like email sequences or free downloads could come in handy.
Exactly. And then finally, at the bottom of the funnel, you're gently encouraging those warm leads to take action and make a purchase.
This is where strong calls to action, compelling product reviews, and irresistible offers come in.
You got it. Building a sales funnel allows you to really guide your audience seamlessly through their buying journey, increasing your conversion rates, and ultimately boosting your affiliate earnings.
It's like laying out a red carpet for potential customers and guiding them to the treasure at the end.
Now, even with a well-structured sales funnel, there's always room for improvement. And that's where A/B testing comes in.
Okay.
Which is a fancy way of saying, let's experiment and see what works best.
Oh, I love a good experiment. Tell me more.
The basic idea is to test different versions of your content headlines, calls to action, or even landing pages to see what resonates best with your audience.
So I could create 2 slightly different versions of an email subject line and then send each version to a segment of my email list and see which one gets more opens and clicks.
Exactly. And then by analyzing that data, you can identify the winning variation and use it for your future campaigns.
It's like having a data-driven crystal ball. And A/B testing isn't just for emails, right?
No. You can apply it to almost any aspect of your affiliate marketing strategy.
Wow.
Blog post headlines, social media updates, button colors on your website. The possibilities are pretty much endless.
I'm starting to see the power of this. Okay, so we're scaling, we're diversifying, we're A/B testing. At what point do we start to feel like we're juggling too many balls in the air?
That's a great question. As your affiliate marketing business starts to gain traction, you might find yourself feeling a little overwhelmed, which is a good problem to have, but also might be a sign that it's time to start exploring outsourcing.
Okay, I've heard about outsourcing, but I've always been a little bit hesitant. What if I lose control of my business?
Delegating certain tasks doesn't mean giving up control. It means freeing up your time and energy to focus on the bigger picture, strategy, relationship building, and exploring new opportunities.
I never thought about it like that. So what kinds of tasks are good candidates for outsourcing?
Think about the things that are taking up a lot of your time, but that could potentially be handled by somebody else. Writing blog posts, managing social media, creating graphics, even handling customer service inquiries.
There are definitely a few things on my to-do list that I wouldn't mind handing off to someone else, but how do I even find the right people?
There are tons of talented freelancers out there who specialize in all these areas, platforms like Fiverr, Upwork, even specialized affiliate marketing communities.
Yeah.
Can be great resources for finding the right people to join your team.
That's a relief. I was picturing spending hours sifting through resumes, so once I find someone, I just hand over the reins and hope for the best.
Not quite. Outsourcing comes with its own set of challenges. You need to be crystal clear about your expectations, provide detailed instructions, and be prepared to invest some time in training and quality control.
Okay, so it's not a set it and forget it kind of thing.
No, definitely not. But done right, outsourcing can be a game changer. It allows you to scale your business without sacrificing your sanity.
I'm starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Okay, we've covered a lot of ground in this part of our ShareASale adventure. I'm feeling energized and ready to take things to the next level.
That's great to hear. But our deep dive isn't over yet. In Part 3, we'll be uncovering some potential pitfalls to avoid and offering some final words of wisdom. To set you on the path to ShareASale success, stay tuned.
Okay, so we're back for the final part of our ShareASale deep dive.
Part 3.
We've covered so much ground.
Yeah.
From building that solid foundation to scaling our efforts and everything in between.
Everything.
We've explored the strategies, the tools, the mindset.
It's been a journey.
But before we wrap things up,
Yeah.
I think it's important to address the elephant in the room.
Okay.
The potential pitfalls, the things that can really sabotage even the most well-intentioned affiliate marketers.
Right. The things we don't like to talk about.
Yeah, exactly. And I have to admit, when I was reading through the ShareASale source material, some of these pitfalls, they made me cringe a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Because I've definitely been guilty of a few in the past.
I think we all have at some point.
Yeah, but the good news is that awareness is the first step towards prevention.
Absolutely.
So let's dive in and see what we can learn from ShareASale's wisdom.
Okay.
The first one on the list is breaking the law.
Okay.
Which seems obvious.
Yeah, you'd think so.
But you'd be surprised how many people get tripped up by this.
Right. It's easy to assume that everything on a reputable platform like ShareASale is totally above board.
Yeah.
But it's crucial to remember that we're ultimately responsible for ensuring our own compliance.
Yeah, we talked about FTC guidelines earlier.
Right.
That's a big one, especially for U.S.-based affiliates.
Yeah.
But there are other laws and regulations that might apply,
Of course.
depending on our niche, our target audience, even our location.
For example, if you're promoting financial products, you might need to comply with specific regulations related to disclosures and advertising.
Right.
Or if you're targeting consumers in the EU, you need to be aware of GDPR regulation.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one. It sounds a little overwhelming, but I guess the key takeaway here is to do our research, stay informed.
Right.
And if we're ever unsure about something, consult with a legal professional.
Absolutely. Better safe than sorry, especially when it comes to legal matters.
Agreed. Now, another common mistake that ShareASale highlights is ignoring analytics.
Oh, yeah. The data.
And I have to confess, I've been guilty of this one myself.
Me too. It's tempting to just set things in motion and hope for the best.
Yeah, but without tracking our results.
We're flying blind.
It's like launching a ship without a compass or a map. You might eventually reach land.
Maybe.
But you're probably going to take a much longer and more treacherous rate than necessary.
Exactly. ShareASale provides us with so much data. Clicks, sales commissions, conversion rates, EPC. It's all there for us to analyze and learn from.
But it's not enough to just glance at those numbers, right?
Right. We need to actually dig a little deeper. Ask ourselves some questions. Like why are those numbers what they are?
So if I see that a particular blog post is driving a ton of traffic to a merchant's website, but it's not resulting in many sales, I need to figure out why.
Why is that happening?
Is it the content itself, the call to action, the merchant's landing page?
Exactly. By understanding our data, we can identify what's working and what's not, and then make adjustments to optimize our strategy.
It's like having a data-driven feedback loop that's constantly helping us refine our approach. I'm really starting to see why ShareASale is so adamant about this,
Yeah.
Data isn't just numbers. It's a powerful tool for continuous improvement.
It really is.
Now, speaking of improvement, our ShareASale source also emphasizes the importance of adapting to the ever-evolving online landscape.
Oh, that's a big one.
This is something that can trip up even seasoned affiliate marketers,
For sure.
because it requires us to constantly be learning and adjusting.
Always learning.
It's like trying to hit a moving target. Just when you think you've got things figured out, the rules of the game change.
Right. New platforms emerge. Algorithms shift, consumer behavior evolves. It's a wild ride.
It can be, but that's also what makes affiliate marketing so exciting,
I agree.
The dynamic field that keeps us on our toes.
Keeps us young.
And if we embrace that change, we can actually use it to our advantage.
Absolutely.
So instead of resisting change, we should be actively seeking it out.
I think so. Stay curious, experiment with new approaches, and be willing to pivot when necessary.
Don't be afraid to try new platforms, test different content formats, maybe even explore new niches.
Exactly. It's all about being flexible, adaptable, and constantly seeking out new opportunities.
I like that mindset. Okay, we've explored the potential pitfalls. We've learned from ShareASale's wisdom.
We're ready.
Now I'm ready for those final words of wisdom that you promised.
Okay, well, we've covered so much ground already. But if there's one overarching message I want to leave you with, it's this. Focus on building genuine connections with your audience.
I love that.
It goes back to what we were talking about earlier, authenticity and transparency.
It all comes back to that.
People can spot a fake a mile away. They're bombarded with marketing messages every single day. So if you really want to stand out, you need to be real.
You need to be a human.
Share your story. Be vulnerable. Connect with your audience on a human level.
Don't just treat them like transactions. Treat them like people you genuinely care about.
Exactly. And that goes beyond just the words you use, you know?
Right.
So with the products you promote, the content you create, the way you interact with your audience, let your passion shine through, and people will naturally gravitate towards you.
It's about building a community, not just a business.
Exactly. I think you got it.
Well, I'm feeling inspired.
That's great to hear. And remember, affiliate marketing is a journey, not a destination. There will be ups and downs, challenges and triumphs, but with persistence, a willingness to learn, and a genuine desire to provide value to your audience, you can achieve amazing things.
Maybe even share your own wisdom one day.
Maybe. So thanks for joining us on this incredible journey into the world of ShareASale. We hope you found it valuable and insightful and maybe even a little bit life-changing.
Absolutely. We're excited to see what you achieve. Happy hustling.